My name is Jordan Hale, and inheritance isn't always a blessing. Sometimes at the battlefield. When my eccentric uncle Elias passed away last winter, he left me his sprawling mountain resort in the Rockies, a place called Whispering Pines. I'd visited as a kid, remembering the crisp air, the towering evergreens, and the cozy cabins dotted along snow-dusted trails. But Elias had been reclusive in his later years, letting the property fall into a quiet limbo, or so I thought. I arrived in early spring, the meltwater rushing down the slopes like veins of silver. The resort spanned 200 acres, with 50 cabins, a lodge, and even a small ski lift, prime real estate in a tourist haven. As I sifted through Elias's dusty files in the main office, a yellowed envelope caught my eye, records from the local homeowners association, led by a smug realtor named Victor Kane. The HOA oversaw the surrounding gated community, but Whispering Pines predated it by decades, grandfathered in with independent rights. That's when the bomb dropped. Buried in the paperwork were lease agreements, forged ones, it seemed, showing the HOA had been renting out my uncle's cabins to vacationers for the past 5 years. Elias had been in declining health, rarely leaving his cabin, and these vultures had swooped in, pocketing rents while claiming the property was abandoned. They collected over $500,000 in fees, using my land as their cash cow, without a dime going to Elias. Fury boiled in my veins. Victor Kane and his cronies, board members like Rita Voss, a sharp-tongued accountant, and Marcus Reed, a developer with greedy eyes, had built their empires on my family's legacy. I didn't confront them right away. Revenge tastes sweeter when it's calculated. First, I hired a private investigator, Lena Croft, a no-nonsense ex-cop with a knack for digging up dirt. She uncovered emails where Victor boasted about reclaiming and used assets, and Rita fudged the books to hide the profits. Marcus had even funneled some cash into his own condo flips. Armed with this, I played dumb at the next HOA meeting, showing up unannounced in a tailored suit, smiling like a wolf in sheep's clothing. Jordan Hale. I introduced myself, shaking Victor's clammy hand. New owner of Whispering Pines. Their faces paled as I casually mentioned reviewing old records. Victor stammered about community benefits, but I let them sweat. That night, I pored over legal precedents with my attorney, Silas Grant, a bulldog in the courtroom. We discovered the HOA's charter forbade such encroachments, and state law classified their actions as embezzlement. The trap sprang 2 weeks later. I invited the board to a grand reopening at the lodge, promising partnerships. They arrived in their luxury SUVs, eyes gleaming with opportunity. As champagne flowed, I unveiled a slideshow, scanned forgeries, bank statements, and witness testimonies from former renters who'd paid the HOA directly. You've been collecting rent on my property, I said, voice steady as steel. 5 years, $500,000. Now you owe me with interest. Panic erupted. Victor blustered about misunderstandings. Rita clutched her pearls. Marcus bolted for the door, only to find sheriff's deputies waiting, courtesy of Lena's tip-off. The lawsuit hit like an avalanche. We sued for treble damages, citing fraud and trespass. The court froze their assets, and whispers spread to the community. The HOA tyrants were crumbling. In the end, they settled out of court, coughing up $1.2 million, reparations plus penalties. I used part to restore Whispering Pines, turning it into a thriving eco-retreat. Victor lost his realtor license, Rita faced IRS audits, and Marcus's development stalled. As I stand on the lodge balcony now, watching the sunset gild the peaks, I raise a glass to Uncle Elias. Inheritance? It's a reckoning, and they owed me every penny.